I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer to the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you.
That was the beginning of the end for Ronna McDaniel. That brutal takedown by Vivek served as a call to arms for all grassroots patriots to storm the castle and purge our party of establishment rot like Ronna. And you did that. Make no mistake, gang, you are the power and the rising force of a new patriot-led GOP, and the party is slowly but surely changing for the better as a result. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patriot professor, and together we just got rid of another Mac. We got rid of McCarthy. Now we just got rid of McDaniel. Do you think another Mac like McConnell is next? Well, there's no doubt he will be, and that's because together we are unstoppable. And I've seen it firsthand. You know that big tech has recently tried to do just that, stop us by demonetizing this channel. But you, thousands of you, stepped in and you rescued me in this channel by joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, we're an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the international woke police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club, bypassing big tech's efforts at censoring us. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever lose touch with one another, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link, join our email list, and become a part of an army of hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back together.
Fox News alert. The New York Times is reporting tonight that RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel is set to step down from her role after the South Carolina primaries. This comes after mounting pressure from inside of the party, including from former President Donald Trump, who said earlier this week he wanted to see changes at the RNC.
So we got the bombshell announcement last night. The RNC's single most disastrous chairperson ever, Ronna McDaniel, will be stepping down from her position after the South Carolina primary just days from now. This resignation was expected. President Trump, in an interview with Maria Bartiromo, suggested that there would indeed be changes at the RNC.
Tougher.
You talk about this optimism ahead that we could see some relief, but the RNC doesn't seem to be so strong. I mean, the Democrats have all the money. Look at what we see. We got the Democrats actually with the money and spending it. The RNC seeking credit lines. The RNC reported its lowest bank balance at the point in any year in 2016. Comerica says the Michigan GOP defaulted on a loan of $500,000.
So I have a lot of money. And the money that they get, people are not looking at the RNC. They want changes. You have to understand, I have nothing to do with the RNC. I'm separate.
How's Ronna McDaniel doing?
I think she did great when she ran Michigan for me. I think she did okay initially in the RNC. I would say right now there'll probably be some changes made.
So that was just a couple of days back, and that's when we initially began to see the writing on the wall in that interview, because the very next day after that interview, Trump met with McDaniel at Mar-a-Lago, and already rumors started swirling that her days at RNC, as an RNC chairman, were numbered, and here we are. It's official. She is finally and mercifully stepping down. Looking back, I got to be honest, I think the straw that finally broke the camel's back was a role in losing Virginia back in November. Republicans literally came within just a few thousand votes to win both the Senate and the House of Delegates in Virginia in the off-year election, but Ronna McDaniel refused to give them any money. I mean, the amazing get-out-the-vote Republican activist Scott Pressler confirmed that McDaniel refused to help. The Republican Party of Virginia requested money from the RNC. They saw an opportunity to win the state, but apparently McDaniel rejected that request. And then when she was confronted with that the day after the election, here's what she had to say.
You don't let people lie about you and let it go unanswered. Let it go unanswered. If somebody's spending $30 million against you and they're lying about you and say you won't give life-saving care for miscarriages or ectopic pregnancy, you better get on TV and tell them that the voters that that's a lie, or they think that's the truth. And our candidates have got to do this. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. You can go and say, this is where I stand, the Democrats are lying, and now let's talk about crime, schools, border, fentanyl, and national security.
I just want to clarify one quick thing, though. The RNC had no involvement in these elections in Virginia per Governor Youngkin's request?
We were told in the summer they didn't need us, that they had all the money and they were good. So that was the conversation.
Thanks for your time.
Now, did you catch what she just said there? She literally just said that Virginia Republicans, they're the ones to blame because they turned down the money she offered. Guys, think about it. Who on earth would turn down free money? Who would what politician on the planet would ever remotely say, oh, no, put the checkbook away. Oh, no, we've got... Red State published a bombshell report revealing that the RNC has been blowing cash out the wazoo. Ronna got caught spending millions of dollars on lavish perks like private planes, limos, luxury retreats. We found out she spent $1.5 million on floral arrangements. Freaking floor, she blew $1 million on flowers. And so it's no wonder that with her losing record and reports of her squandering millions, that the RNC basically ran out of money. Donations dried up to a 10-year low in 2023. And that, my friends, is because of you. We talked about this over and over and over again on this channel. The only way we were going to get change at the top of the party's leadership at the RNC is if we starve the RNC. That's been our exact strategy. Stop giving money to the RNC. Stop giving to an organization that supports Liz Cheney and Mitch McConnell and Mittens Romney and a whole host of rhinos who never fail to betray their voters and stab us in the back. You did it. You stopped giving to the RNC and you brought that organization to its knees. You did that. You literally brought this rhino-supporting organization to its knees. And now the powers that be are crying uncle. And they're starting to clean house and purge the leadership of the likes of Ronna McDaniel. So now the big question, of course, is who's going to replace her? Who is going to take the chair of the RNC? Well, if you could believe it, some are pushing another Mac, Kevin McCarthy. And one of the proponents of that is none other than Matt Gaetz, of all people. Now, the logic here is that no one can raise money like McCarthy's, like a money machine. And Gaetz points out that the RNC doesn't make any policy decisions, doesn't set any agenda, it will not negotiate with Democrats, so McCarthy would be relatively harmless. I don't know about that. The RNC chair can decide what candidates to fund and which ones to starve, and we all know which ones McCarthy will side with. So I'm worried he'd just be another Ronna 2.0. The amazing GOP activist Scott Pressler's name has been trending on Twitter. That would be outstanding. I would love to see Scott at the helm. That would be huge. But the big name that's circulating right now is Michael Whatley, who heads the amazingly successful North Carolina GOP. Remember, they achieved a supermajority in their state legislature in their last elections. He's a huge supporter of Trump. He was right there calling out the shenanigans of the 2020 elections. And reports are that Trump is going to throw his support behind him. We'll obviously see. But make no mistake, gang. You are the heroes here. You did this. You forced another rhino out of the Republican establishment by holding your ground, withholding your funds, and demanding change. And change you got. Well done.